Hey there, my fellow lunatics, and welcome to Dakon's Madhouse. Hey there, my fellow lunatics. Today we are building an infected Caveling mob farm. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So this mob farm is this little area right here where my mouse is circling over. And it is right in between the central point here for 2 spawn cells. So we're going to have this in 8 spawn cells total. Even though we're only going 4 spawn cells down, we're going to be using both of these 2 sets right here. And we're going to be building our ground right in the middle of it all. Now, looking at our chart, you can see that we need 44 tiles to max out our infected Caveling spawn. But to get only a 72% for the tentacles, we need to fill up the entire spawn cell. So basically, I'm just not really worried about the tentacle. It will spawn periodically. My focus is going to be on the infected Caveling and making sure that we maximize its spawn chance. All right, now for this build, we are going to need 384 mold blocks, 384 conveyor belts. We're going to need 128 Galaxite turrets. We're going to need 7 electricity generators, 1 robot arm, and 1 double chest, your choice. You're also going to need some walls to surround your mob farm with. I'm using desert blocks. Use whatever you want. Just make sure you bring enough to surround the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I've got a starter area right here that is 6 blocks wide. And 3 are on one side of the spawn cells and 3 are on the other side in different spawn cells. So when we use all 16 of each row here, then that is going to give us a total of 48 blocks per spawn cell, which will be enough to maximize our infected Caveling. So place down all of your tiles, and if you find that you're getting delayed or that you're getting slowed down because of the movement speed penalty, you can just equip the mold web armor. Now you can find the mold web gear in the mold biome. So in the time it takes for you to harvest all these mold blocks, you'll probably get your hands on a full set of mold web gear. And this will give you immunity to the infection, which will make it a whole lot easier. Once you have all of your mold ground down, you're then going to want to place all of your conveyor belts over that. Now my central area for my mob farm is up in this part. So all of my conveyor belts want to go up. Now, the way your conveyor belts are going to be facing is going to vary depending on how your mob farm is put together. But just make sure that you face your conveyor belts the way you need them to and place them down on top of all of your mold ground until everything is nice and covered. Once everything is completely covered, you're going to want to pick one of the tiles that you'll place your final conveyor belt in, and this is the one that is pushing toward the wall. And then all of your last row of conveyor belts are going to basically be facing the specific one that you have chosen to push your items into the wall. What do I mean by that? Well, if you've got your wall right here, then all of the items from this farm are going to go into this one wall tile right below where I'm standing. So in this case, we're going to take our robot arm and place that right above it so that any item that gets pushed into the wall will get grabbed by the robot arm. We can then have our chest next to that so that all of it gets moved into the chest. Place down your electrical generator to give it all power. And at this point, the mob farm itself is technically functional, but we still need our kill zone. What I'm doing with my Galaxite turrets here is I'm going to be placing them all along the edge. I've created a gap, 3 on each side. That's really all you need. In fact, 2 will work. 1 will probably even work too. I've just gone ahead and done 3 because I like 3. I don't know why, I just do. And you've got the room, so don't worry about it. Just go ahead and put down all of your turrets. And you're going to do this on both sides. Make sure the turrets are facing inward toward the farm. Once you've got all your turrets placed, we need to give them power. So be sure to give them power on each end. And you're going to also need to give them power in the middle as well. Verify that all of your turrets are actually powered and working, and then go ahead and just cover everything up so that your entire farm is protected and that nothing that you don't want in the farm gets into the farm. So what kind of loot do we get from this farm? Well, you're going to get some scrap parts, some fungi seeds, fungal bones, ancient coins, the mold ring, the mold vein necklace, the blowpipe, infected Caveling figurines, the plague mask, the tome of the dead, vicious rings, and fuzzy egg. You're also going to get some mold tentacle figurines and some green Easter eggs. And there you have it. This is a pretty straightforward infected Caveling mob farm. Really not all that much to it, but it's effective, and it'll spawn Cavelings for you about once every 5 minutes or so, and should provide a decent amount of loot over a long period of time. If you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Dakon the Mad, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video and learned something from it. Stay happy, stay healthy, but above all, stay crazy.